I'm tired of being a little, a little piece of carpet. I'm tired of being ran over. I'm tired of, I'm tired of going onto the streets and being intimidated by absolutely nothing. I'm tired of standing in a queue and being overtaken by someone who just jumps you in the queue and keeping my mouth shut because I'm afraid of consequences. And when I say that, I'm not saying you shouldn't be afraid of consequences, because you need to be logical about this. You need to be assertive about this. You need to know your position. You need to know that you were here, and I'm talking about the line story, or the line situation. You were here first. You weren't you never jump or do anything illicit to get into that position. You joined the queue just like everybody else, and you were standing there. So if anyone jumps in front of you, then call them out. I want to call them out. I personally don't have the ability to call them out right now. It's just how I've grown up. It's just how I grew up, my way of approaching this world. And I'm tired of living that way. I'm tired of playing by those rules, because it's so annoying, because in this world, in this world that we live in, there are a lot of people who are just assholes for no reason. It's just how they operate. There are a lot of people like that. And if a person like me has to go into that world, and a person like me has social anxiety and is afraid of, basically anxiety, right? Social anxiety. If a person like that has to go into society, their thoughts will always be shut down. They will never open their mouth in society. Their opinion will never matter. Their comfort, their status, their opportunities, none of those things will matter. You're kind of going to be placed at the bottom of the ranks. And, the worst thing that can happen with that is that you actually start believing that that's how you are. You start believing that this is how the world works. I'm just going to always be a carpet. And once you start being okay with being a carpet, then that's where everything just becomes so much more difficult. Because you don't want to be moving around in this world, like knowing that you get ran over all the time. Because that's low key my position, and it's not all the time, because sometimes these things are self-induced. What do I mean by these things are self-induced? I mean, you can go out there and you literally look down on yourself. So for me personally, this is what I do. I literally put on this whole new voice, and I kind of try to sound sweet. I keep my voice like it kind of the squeaky, humble kind of voice. And there's absolutely, like, if you're speaking in terms of like you, for example, if you're speaking to someone older than you, or someone you're looking to get advice from, or something like that, someone who you have respect for, it's only natural to kind of like, humble yourself a little bit. And humbling yourself could be maybe lowering your tone of your voice. You're talking a bit like softer in a way, like you're not talking to like your buddies. But the problem with that is that if you become that person, you're gonna be that person in every social situation. Now, if you're talking to your buddies, you're gonna literally be that same humble person. And I personally preach like being humble and humility. I preach that. Like, that's one of my things which I personally like practice a lot. Being humble, being kind, showing respect. Letting someone else take the seat before you. Like, if you're on the bus and you see there's an empty seat and there's someone next to you, like, I don't really care if that person is okay. Now, obviously, if the person is old, by default, that's your seat. That is not even my seat. I can't see that seat. That seat belongs to you. That's by default. But now, it could be anyone. Someone younger than me, older than me, whatever, male, female. I will always give the seat to the person first. I'll be like, yo, is that your seat? Like, you can go for the seat. And I've just been brought up that way. But now the problem with that is that there are a bunch of assholes in this world. And they will run over you like a hell of a lot. And then you slowly gonna start, you might not be saying it out in like words, but your mind will be like, yo, like you're too soft for society. And that's one of my core problems which I'm trying to solve or fix. Being too soft for society. And when I say soft, I'm talking about like ethics, respect. Kind of, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but like that whole bus thing which I gave you just now for the seat, giving up your position to someone else first, like caring for other people before you care about yourself. That is super important. But if you've been doing it your whole life and you kind of like lack social skills, think about this, right? You're always kind, you're always offering your seats, you literally always giving out handouts, you always put yourself last. If you've been doing that for a very long time and you don't have social skills, what does that turn into? That combo literally turns into you becoming a carpet. Because when humility reaches that point, such a high level, then you're just gonna be like sweet with everybody. And my goal, like, what is my goal? I'm telling you guys all these things. What's my goal with this? I want to be assertive, and I also want to retain that kind side of me, because I believe that's how the world should operate. There should be kindness. They should be, we should be friendly towards each other. It shouldn't be bullies. The world should be very available to everyone. If you're suffering, if you're having social problems, you shouldn't be taking care of those things alone. Like, you should know that, bro, listen, you're not alone. Like, you just need to work on yourself. Come lock in with us. We all suffering with the same problem, and you're all trying to fix it. That's how I believe the world should work. But obviously, that'll always be a dream, because the world will never work that way. But we can try making change with each other. At least we can try being a better person. And if you're being a better person, you need to be an assertive person also, because being a better person ironically unlocks the door for other people to treat you badly, because you would be expecting the same kind of treatment. If you give people good treatment, you can't expect good treatment back, right? But like, now, if you don't have assertiveness, then people can run over you like crazy, and they will. And if you're watching this video because you read the title of this video, then and I'm pretty sure you've been ran over somewhere in your life. And there's nothing more, there's not a harsher feeling than feeling that feeling of, bro, I just ran over and I couldn't do anything about it. I just got bullied and I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't open my mouth. I couldn't defend myself. There's no worse feeling than that. Like, it's so unfair if you think about it. It's unfair, but we're not going to be sitting here and saying the world is a scam. This world is evil. This world sucks. All of those things are true, definitely. But we're gonna work on changing ourselves. Like, we literally we just need to work on changing ourselves. We need to practice assertiveness. We need to practice having a spine. That's my goal. I know I don't have a solid spine. Everyone has a spine, but not everyone's spine is solid. And I'm not trying to become the best person in the world, the most assertive dude in the world. I'm just trying to not allow fear to stop me from being assertive. Like, I want to be assertive without anything stopping me from being assertive. And yeah, I think that's my message for this video. So we're working towards becoming more assertive and having a spine, being able to open your mouth in society, because social anxiety easily turns into you being complicit to everyone's commands, everyone's demands. You just, even though you know you want to say no, you just can't say no. It's just how you are, It's your mind. You've programmed yourself to think that way. A part of you wants to say yes, but there's like 1%. 99% of your brain wants to say, I mean, a part of you wants to say no, like the 1% wants to say no, but 99% of your brain is just going to agree, even though you know you don't want to. Someone asks you to do something for them. You absolutely know you need to be at this place like in 5 minutes, but you'd be like, okay, yeah, let me do it for you quick. I have some time. You look at your clock, you see the time is ticking, it's 4 minutes. Yeah, I have some time. That's me. That's low key me. That is who I've been my whole life. And I don't, things like this doesn't really you don't get this type of teaching. In primary school, in high school, in my whole schooling career, no one ever taught me how to not be this way, how to not be so soft to the point whereby you don't even have the ability to open your mouth in society. And that's basically how social anxiety turns out to be. So annoying. And then when you try to not be that person, you're gonna be fighting with yourself. Like in your brain, you used to getting on your knees, being the carpet. That's what you're used to. But then all of a sudden, when you just try to kind of start fighting back and start having a spine and start making your opinions matter, because they do, then your body won't. It will be like, bro, what are you doing? This is not us. We normally used to sucking. This is not who we are. That's literally what your mind will be saying to you, and that's so annoying. Cause you can't fight it. Like you can't be like, you know what? Your voice, I'm not gonna allow you to take control of me like this. Get out of my head. Like you can't do that. Even if you do that, that's not a long-term solution. You need to fix the core problem. You need to slowly practice having a spine. And that's what this YouTube channel is about. I'm documenting myself getting a spine. That is one of the core reasons I created this YouTube channel, to inspire other people who are going through the same things as I am, and to also grow myself and document the journey. So take care, guys. Keep on improving yourselves every day. Try to be a little bit more assertive. Keep practicing. Keep trying to be a little bit better every single day. And one day we'll all reach our goals. It's a process. It's all a process. It's not going to happen overnight. So just continue locking in. We got this, guys. We got this. So if you like this video, hit that like button so more people can see this, and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. And love you guys. See you in the next one.